Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Horrors Ball. Once again, sitting here with Headbanger, Crazy. And, you know, this video is a long time in the making, right, Headbanger?
Years.
Yeah, years. Actually, we wanted to do a Skype video like this, much like how Crazy and I had done of the best horror trilogies. Headbanger and I had talked about doing this a long while back. It did not work out.
But I ruined it by showing up.
Yeah. And it, well, actually turned out to be better because then Crazy showed up.
Yeah. We were in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
looking for work.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
So basically what we're going to do is talk about 5 of our favorite comedies and 5 of our favorite dramas.
No horror.
Yes.
No horror.
Believe it or not, people, I do watch films other than horror.
What?
Which HORRORSBALL is all horror, and today it's going to be no horror.
That's awesome.
This is the anti-HORRORSBALL show.
That's awesome.
It's the no.
And we all love different kinds of movies anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, all movies.
And the thing is, too, this isn't necessarily our top 5 comedies or top 5 dramas. This is just 5 of each of those genres films that we really
in
love.
The genres.
We can go back and watch over and over again and never get tired of.
They're 5 of our best ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
not necessarily tops. So, once again, we're going to start off with a drink. What do we have here today?
Ale Smith is the brewery. Really good stuff. It's out of California, and this is an IPA. It's got a big X on it. You know it's serious when it's got an X.
Yeah,
whether it
has to be
film. Especially when there's 3 X's, then you know it's
Triple
really
X.
serious.
That's a fun movie.
So it is a fun movie.
We'll
do that one next, right? Next video we're going to top 5
Triple X.
Triple X movies.
Yes, coming soon. So let's try it out. We have not tried it. Have you tried this at all yet?
No, I have not.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. I like it.
You picked a good beer.
Funny stuff or serious stuff?
Let's start with comedies.
Cool.
Right.
Nope.
All right.
These are not in order. There's just 5 of the.
Of what we think.
Who should start?
We do one each.
Yeah,
do that.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it that way. How about I start? We'll just go around this way, right?
Counterclockwise.
Yeah. Now this one.
How you're looking at it.
Yeah. Despite talking about this not necessarily being our top films, I'm going to go ahead and say this film is my all-time favorite comedy. I mean, it always
that
has
wasn't supposed to be part of the arrangement, Jason.
I know,
everything we
but
just did.
Anytime I mention comedies, this is the first one that comes to mind because
it is number 1.
I still crack. I mean, no matter how many times I've seen it, which is 100 fucking times, I still crack up. And it is Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
I cannot get enough of Dumb and Dumber.
Really? I didn't
Absolutely.
know that was
all-time favorite comedy.
I didn't.
That's an
learned
amazing
something.
I saw it in the theater when it first came out, and still to this day.
Mrs. Hemrick, she loves it.
Yeah, Miss Headbanger sitting right off camera here.
She loves the movie.
Tied
just
up in
completely ignoring
Facebook,
it.
as we all happen to be most of the time.
Did you hear what he just said?
No.
Dumb and Dumber, all-time favorite comedy.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a great one.
I'd say that's my number 1.
I just
absolutely.
We don't
love
care.
that
You're not
movie.
in this video.
I constantly laugh at it. I mean,
you can still watch it all the time.
It's completely retarded, but it's also smart too. You know what I mean? It's a smart, retarded comedy.
You know what?
If it makes any sense.
With mine in that movie, it angers me when I laugh.
Yeah,
so much during that movie.
What?
Like, I don't know. It just there's a lot of like crude humor.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm against that, but it makes me laugh. I'm like, why am I laughing?
Yeah.
Even after the 20th time I've seen
that's
it.
That's what the Fairley Brothers humor is like anyway.
Yeah.
But I love that movie.
It's
Those two,
stupid, but there's genius to it at the same time.
Yes, and it makes you realize you can be pissed for having to work 40 hours a week.
And I feel like unless you want to work 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Their performances are great though.
They're amazing.
And,
my favorite line.
Daniels.
What, did a little filly break your heart?
Yeah.
No, woman.
I don't know the way the French are assholes.
Would you say sign of a great comedy though is how quotable it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like you say something to your friend and you're like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that one is infinitely quotable.
And I mean, briefly, I want to touch on this supposed sequel they're talking about to back and forth Jim Carrey. it could be disastrous, but at the same time, it could also be funny depending on how they take it. Now, I've heard different things as far as plot goes, but honestly, I hope it happens. I mean, because the worst case is it's going to totally suck like Dumb and Dumber.
I was going to say there was a sequel.
And you just forget about it, but it's not going to take away from this film, so I say why not? Just make it happen.
And it's not a remake.
Yeah, I hope it happens. I really, really hope it happens.
I want to see it.
So, comedy. What's a comedy for you, Crazy?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Nice.
I love the Monty Pythons, and that British humor is... I constantly go back to that movie because it is hysterical.
A totally different type of humor, too.
Oh, yeah. That's not
for
everybody likes that style, and especially when it's so, like, snide and stuff, and that is... that's one of my favorite movies ever, really.
I think it's more like witty comedy.
Yeah. It's smart, too. I mean, those guys... it's smart. Those guys knew what they were joking about.
It's like the exact opposite of something like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, because it's like, that smarmy British style.
And smarmy.
Yeah.
Good choice of words there.
Yeah, it's a classic. Like, you can still watch that movie.
And it's aged well.
Yeah.
And that has some quotable lines, too. Like, I mean, the Knights Who Say Knee, and, I mean, geez, that whole thing is just awesome. Like, one hilarious sketch of
the cast, like, the crew, like, they were such talented people.
Oh, yeah.
John Cleese.
And Terry Gilliam.
A lot of talent involved in that.
Yeah. So that's mine.
So, Headbanger? Comedy?
One would be, I have my cheat sheet here. Might as well say it now. Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
Director of Napoleon Dynamite. Starring Jack Black, who I think is a love-hate type actor. I think
I like him.
Love him.
I do too. I
also,
he's so funny.
A writer from School of Rock, Mike White.
Yeah.
Also wrote
Nice
School
anecdote
of
there.
Rock.
Thank you.
See, I can't personally add a whole lot in this because I've only seen part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of friends of mine who got into it more as they saw it more. But it's shot very much like Nacho Libre.
See, I love films like that.
Napoleon.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, one of those. Even though I liked it a lot the first time I saw it, I did like it, but then the second time I loved it.
It captures your attention, and then the more you see it, the more you get into it. Just like albums, sometimes they can turn out to be the best albums ever.
Yeah.
So, I need to give it. I would give it another shot.
I'd give it a shot.
It's shot well if you like Napoleon Dynamite. The colors in that film, the vibrant colors, it's shot the same way as that. Good soundtrack.
Artsy
yeah, in a sense, it's kind of like
the
cinematography is really cool, but to me, it's just such a quotable movie, and like it has like the wrestling angle. It's a lot of fun, but to me, Jack Black is amazing, and honestly, people like I'm not exaggerating, every single scene, I'm like, you're watching a movie, you're saying the lines as you watch it.
Yeah,
that's one of those for me. Every single scene. It'd be very annoying to watch this movie with me because I'm like, saying every line. But that's one of those. That's Nacho Libre for me.
That's awesome.
Like every single scene.
It's like Return of the Living Dead.
That's
for
great.
me. Like,
you just spout it off the dialogue as it goes. That would be mine.
So, all right, next one for me. Another film I can watch over and over and over and over and over. Coen Brothers classic, The Big Lebowski.
Definitely. Almost in mine.
Yeah,
my top.
And I'm a late bloomer to this film. I actually a friend I grew up with, one of my best friends, Damon. He actually talked about this film forever. I'm like, man, screw that film. I can't get into it. He let me borrow it, and it's just like that. Like I watch it, I'm like, I gave it back to him. Yeah, man, it's cool. I liked it. But it stuck in my head. Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah. It stuck in my head because that's a different type of humor. The Coen Brothers definitely have a different type of humor.
Quirky, definitely.
Yeah, really quirky, really unique. And that's why I like them so much. I think everything they do is like that. But the more I watched it, I loved it. Now it's just like, man, I can't get enough of that film. I absolutely just love it.
One you watch all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause it's so funny.
Yeah.
And quotable.
Jeff Bridges just, oh my gosh.
John Goodman.
I was not a big Jeff Bridges fan until I saw that. Or I should say, that's honestly the only film that I really love him in.
Yeah.
Is that
I understand
film.
that.
Me personally.
Actually, off topic here, I have to ask you, have you seen True Grit, though?
I haven't seen True Grit.
You need to see True Grit.
Yeah.
He's great
Coen Brothers too.
Yeah,
I know. Of course. Yeah, you had to see it. But Yeah, I mean, it's a career-defining role for John Goodman, which
Oh
is
my
saying a
God.
lot.
I
And
think he steals the show.
Oh yeah,
John
me too.
Goodman to me,
Walter
yeah.
Sobchak is one of the greatest
Great,
characters.
exactly, great
Gosh.
Such an amazing film.
And let's not forget
Steve Buscemi.
or
Yeah.
Buscemi, as some people
Buscemi.
call him. He was great.
and the Jesus.
The
How could we
Jesus.
forget?
Oh, John Turturro.
Which
Yes.
one of my best ever Halloween costumes.
Yes.
I was a Jesus.
Oh my
Yeah, he was
God! I
awesome.
need to
Little known
see
fact
this.
here.
Little
right?
known anecdote. Tightest pants I ever wore.
They didn't even fit.
Oh yeah,
were just like-
they didn't fit. But yeah, one of my best. And that movie too, it always inspires me to want to fucking roll. Like,
No,
I watch
always
Lebowski
wanna
and I
go
want to
away.
go out and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Me
roll.
too.
You
My
know?
my cousin,
Seriously.
he helped turn me
It
on
makes-
to that movie.
It
And
makes me want to drink White Russians.
me too.
Yes.
We had a White Russian party.
How many
We
movies
did,
makes
yeah.
you want to like it makes
Do
you wanna
that.
roll and
Yeah.
makes you want to drink White Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Brad, right?
Evan, no.
Evan, okay, yeah.
Well,
that's
we
right,
were
Evan.
at a
Yeah,
Ball
that's
State
right,
like
yeah.
one time, and we watched it. And like he's big into that movie. He dresses the dude for Halloween, and
Doesn't he go to Lebowski Fest too?
yeah, he's been.
Oh, we
And-
gotta
I
go,
wanna go
man.
too,
It's
yeah.
in
Yeah.
Louisville.
We should all go
Yeah.
sometime.
We have a
That'd be amazing.
Lebowski Fest
We have one
in
in
Buffalo
Buffalo
every
every
year.
Oh.
Like every
They actually
September or
screen the
something.
movie
Oh.
and they do a bowling.
Yeah.
That would be
Road
great.
trip.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be great.
So what's your next one?
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
Oh,
Mel Brooks.
can't go wrong with that.
Man, I love Mel Brooks anyway, and like
Yeah.
Blazing Saddle, but Spaceballs is just so classic.
Yeah.
Quotable.
So quotable. Like I love that scene where they're looking at the video screen, they get the videotape out.
I was just thinking about that. Like,
When will
no,
this
this
be
is
now?
Now
We're
is
now.
Yeah.
Go back to then. We just passed it. When? Just now.
And then what's his name from Police Academy 2 does all the
Oh, the
voices.
bleep, yeah.
The bleeps.
The
Yeah.
creeps.
Yeah.
That's not all he's lost.
Comb the desert.
Great.
Oh,
Bring
yeah.
only what you need to survive. So much. That's another one, man. There's so many quotable lines. It's just
Darth
funny
Vader.
parts.
Oh yeah.
How does he breathe in this thing?
I bet she gives great helmet.
And the part where he's playing with the toys.
No, you didn't see me play with my.
Oh,
No, I didn't see
John
you play with your
Candy.
dolls.
The fact that John Candy
John
is in
Candy.
it.
Oh,
He's
John Candy.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's such a
so
great actor.
Good.
Yeah.
I know.
I think like similar theme.
Miss
All these
him.
are the cast.
Or-
Yeah.
It's great.
Cast is
Solid
perfect.
cast.
Yeah. They're all good.
So what's next, Headbanger?
I'm gonna go kind of like what on this one, but my sister I have an older sister, and she showed me this like way back when I was younger. Black and white film called Arsenic and Old Lace. It's actually a Cary Grant movie. It actually has Peter Lorre in it as well, who's a great actor back in the day.
Yeah.
So again, another great cast. Kind of like you can almost maybe consider it a kind of a twisted horror comedy, but not really. But it's basically about not getting into plots, but in case anyone never heard, basically like a twisted kind of like murder gone wrong, and then a cover up, but it's completely slapstick.
Oh.
You know, and really well done. Cary Grant, who at the time did a lot of like more serious roles. This was kind of a departure for him, doing a more like comedic role, yeah. And you know, he was a big kind of heartthrob back then, Cary Grant, and he was working with Laurie, and it's just a fantastic film, amazing. Just like I'll watch it every couple of years, you know. I'll throw it on.
Check it out, man.
So well written
Yeah.
and witty, and just the dialogue's fantastic. Real quick humor, you know,
Yeah.
quick-witted, like
Sounds like a Coen Brothers movie.
yeah, it definitely could be like ahead of its time.
Yeah.
you know? The
The
I
vibe.
can compare for anyone who likes TV shows, the show Arrested Development, which is a brilliant show. Very quick humor.
Yeah, I
The
know
writing
that.
is very like fast paced.
Kind of like that British humor.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
awesome.
Cool.
50s
I'll have to
flick.
look that up.
Yeah. So
Top us off here. Alright, so next up again here with number 3, Step Brothers.
Ah.
Nice.
I
Really?
like
I didn't think of
Step
that.
And this is
Brothers.
another one. I'm a late bloomer on. Actually, I only saw this for the first time like a year and a half ago. Like
Wow.
it'd been out for a long time. I heard so many people talk about it, and just one of those films I never saw. And actually a guy I work with let me borrow it, and man, I was just blown away. I just cracked up. And you know, the thing is, Selena didn't really care for it. She's like, yeah, I know about that movie. But now she really loves it.
Yeah.
She'll be putting it in sometimes and watch it. She's really kind of love it. It's like that type of film's grown on her. I loved it right from the get-go. It's hilarious to me. It just, oh my God.
Will Ferrell and John C.
John C.
John
Reilly.
C.
Yeah, it's
All of them.
Big
They're
fat
just so
ball.
much.
They're great.
There's just
It's a
so
great
much.
premise too.
Oh
I
man,
think.
yeah.
You know?
It's so
And they're
ridiculous.
just their
Like, simple
chemistry
but
together
funny.
And it
is
makes
just so
sense.
perfect because they just
Chemistry
they're
is key.
fighting
Perfect.
and it
Yeah.
just works.
I think
And how they
it's the
come
best
together,
when they
it's-
come together though.
Yeah.
Like
It
when,
is.
when they're at odds, I think it's the least funny. But when they become buddies, I
Yeah.
think when it really takes off.
Yeah.
you know?
I love that montage with that. You make me feel so. You make my dreams come true.
Yeah.
I love that. We're go do karate in the garage.
Yeah, me
Did
and
we just
me,
become best friends?
Yes.
me and the guy at work, we're always talking about, hey man, look, we got room for activities now. We're always doing stuff like that. It's just
I love it.
such
Feels
an awesome
like a
part.
lightning bolt just hit my dick.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like chop suey. Ta-da!
Yeah. Again, so many quotable lines. So what do you
I
have
think
next?
a lot of
The
that.
very first Naked Gun. I mean, I love the whole series.
Yeah.
I love.
Love the first one.
Yeah.
I love the first.
It's amazing.
O.J. Simpson's in that.
Oh yeah, he's in all three.
Now, doesn't he-
Pre-murder.
Now is that the one? Yeah, is that the one where he's in
Allegedly.
the wheelchair and rolls down, and flips
It
him
is that
around at the
one.
end?
It's the
Yeah.
baseball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
At the very
baseball.
end,
Yeah,
that's when
I love that one.
Charles to Leslie Nielsen.
Charles.
Yes.
Oh.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And he
like-
started out as a dramatic actor. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy. And then, I love how he plays the straight guy.
He's like the opposite of Tom Hanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Too soon, Jason.
Yeah.
But he plays straight in those
Yeah.
roles so perfectly when it could be played so ridiculous.
One of my favorite scenes is when he's taking a piss and he's got the microphone.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it keeps going. You think he's done, and then it keeps going.
I love when he becomes the umpire and he's like, safe.
Yeah.
He's doing like the dance.
Yeah.
I love that part.
That as a kid, like I remember thinking we had that on VHS, and I just rewound it.
Is it in the first one where like nice beaver? And
Yeah.
She hands
Yeah.
it
Yes.
down,
That's a
stuff
great
like
thing to
that.
rewind. Wasn't that kind of an extension of kind of like the airplane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It really was.
did
It's
that
the
too.
same
The
humor.
gimmicky,
same- yeah.
gag
And the
humor.
gag,
Yeah.
but and it's
Yeah.
still, but it's all,
Right.
it's smart
timeless.
too.
It's timeless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like the before
Prop
Carrot
humor.
Top ruined
Yep.
yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
the whole like nice beaver.
Yeah.
Pull a beaver.
Prop
out.
They did
Yeah.
it way
Yeah,
before.
they could. Leslie Nielsen was fantastic.
He was
Yeah.
amazing.
So what do you have next?
I'll go with My Cousin Vinny,
Oh yeah.
starring Joe
Very
Pesci
good.
Yeah.
and what's her name?
Utes. What's a
Marissa
Ute?
Tomei.
Marissa
Yeah.
Tomei was
Yes.
really hot in that movie. And
Oh.
wasn't she?
Pause
She won an
attraction.
Oscar.
Pause attraction.
Right?
Yeah. I think she,
Yeah. She won
Yeah.
Best Supporting
Yeah,
Actress,
she did.
which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
which is really
for
rare
a
too for
really
comedy,
true comedy,
too. Like
right?
that.
Yeah.
that was kind of cool.
That's
Fred
awesome.
And not
Gwynn.
like a heady type comedy.
Yeah,
it
it wasn't
really was.
It's a
sleepy,
funny
it was like-
comedy.
Yeah.
Fred Gwynn.
Fred Gwynn was great.
Fred
Of
Gwynn
course,
was-
the
Well, you know,
Lost City.
and
Pet Cemetery.
besides Pet Cemetery and of course Monsters, that's like one of his better known roles
because
you
of the
know?
Utes and
Yeah.
well written
Ute. What's a
comedy. I
Ute?
thought.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater like 4 or 5 times.
Did you
With
really?
my sister, yeah. And let's not forget who else was in that movie. Ralph Macchio.
Oh,
That's right.
Karate
Karate Kid
Kid.
was in
That's
that
right.
movie. And I
Not
thought he was
James
really
Smith.
awesome.
The Karate. Ralph
Yeah.
Macchio is a Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, I love that movie.
Great film.
That's awesome.
Quotable movie, I think. And
Yeah.
It had like a heartfelt ending too, I think, you know. Like
Yeah.
He helps Ralph Macchio, you know. So yeah, love that
Oh,
movie.
that's a good one.
Joe Pesci, great.
Oh,
His
Joe Pesci's
typical
awesome.
Yeah.
good fella type role, but he was really
He's
good in
awesome.
that,
He's an
I thought,
excellent
you know.
actor.
Yeah.
Kind of like the funny, hard ass.
Yeah.
type.
That was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up for me is There's Something About Mary.
Yeah,
Whoa,
fairly.
Whoa.
Love it, man. Love it. I
Is that Harryville?
Yeah. How did you get the beans above the Franks?
There's a lot of quotable stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, the first time I saw that film is when I used to tour and sell merchandise out on the road for country bands, believe it or not. I saw that on a tour bus one day, and man, I was just, it's one of those moments that you just never forget. You know what I mean? Like when you see a film and you remember exactly where
First
you were
time
the
you
first
were
time
in.
you saw it years ago. I love it so much, man. I mean, it's another one. I love a lot of those films from that era that were just stupid humor. You know, like I'm not a big fan of those like in general, but like from that era, you know, that's still kind of in the Dumb and Dumber. It's
Right.
5, 6 years removed from it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Semen
right.
in
That
the
is
hair,
right.
humor.
That's the gross out
it's
style.
yeah.
But that's their humor.
Yeah, and it's from that time period.
Yeah,
too. It
you can
doesn't-
tell.
Stuff like that really doesn't work too much now, I don't think. And it just goes so far over the top now, the Project X and stuff like that. You know, I don't know.
It's overkill.
I love that movie.
That's an
love it a
awesome
lot.
one.
Yeah. So what do you
I'm going to go with another Farrelly Brothers movie.
Oh.
This one's not talked about as much, but it's Kingpin.
Oh,
Kingpin.
God, yes. That's a great one, man.
Another
Randy
Bond
Quaid.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
Yes. The False Hand.
Yeah. I don't want to get Munson in the middle of nowhere.
Pissing in the urinal. Milking the cow. Or what was it? Milking the bull. Was it?
Yeah.
I milked your bull. I milked your cow. We don't have a cow.
Yeah, that's another great Farrelly. That's the same type, you know, that's the
Yeah.
period of that. But even then, it's aged well, I think. I mean, you know, but even then, it's like, you're right, they go way overboard now, but
Yeah.
that movie's still hilarious.
Oh, it is. I
Another big
totally
cast,
agree.
too.
Yeah, another great
Woody
ensemble.
Harrelson.
That chick, Vanessa, I forget her
Yeah.
last name.
And then,
What's her name?
Vanessa, don't know her last
wasn't it
name.
Randy Quaid too? And then
Yeah, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid.
I can look it
Randy
up.
Quaid is awesome.
So what do you have up?
Let's see. Another one, probably not too many people have seen this. I Love You to Death, which Kevin Kline had starred, and Tracy
Yeah.
Ullman.
Really?
River Phoenix
Oh.
was in it.
Whoa.
Keanu Reeves, William Hurt.
What?
I've seen this? What?
You ever seen that?
No,
A lot
I've
of people
heard
have it's one of those movies, every time I show it to somebody, they love it. Cool thing about this movie is it's actually a true story about a couple, a guy who owned a pizza shop, and he cheats on his wife. Kevin Kline
Constantly.
is Kevin Kline is the
The husband.
the husband, and Trace
shop
Ullman's the
owner.
wife, and then she hired a hitman to kill him, and it goes wrong, and they end up not killing him. They shoot him in the head, but somehow he
But
lives.
he lives.
Oh.
And when he lives, he ends up seeing the light, apologizes to Tracy Ullman, and they get back together. And it's a true story. So it's like
Whoa.
a really cool
Yeah,
story,
that's
and it's like
crazy.
hilarious.
That
Oh,
sounds
and who else
amazing.
is in it? River
Huh.
Phoenix?
I said that. River
Yeah.
Phoenix
Okay.
is great cast. Like, you don't think Kevin Kline, Ullman, like, you probably haven't seen too many films with. I mean, they are fantastic in it. Yeah, it's just an awesome movie. Keanu Reeves, kind of his typical. Him at his best is when he kind of plays
Bill
the
and Ted.
stoner.
Yeah.
He's basically the Bill and Ted stoner role. Hilarious movie. Awesome.
His
Movie.
hair is all messed
Fantastic.
Huh.
film.
I'm
So
gonna check that
good.
out.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Really
buy it.
good.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
Awesome.
the fact that it's a true
Just
story,
fucking
and
It
like
makes it even better.
Tracy Ullman's awesome in it. Like great
Everybody
Phoenix,
is
everybody.
awesome,
Great fucking
yeah.
film.
That's cool.
Love it.
I like that.
I love you to death.
Well,
like
last yeah, there you go. Last but not least for me for comedy is Kubrick's Doctor Strangelove.
Nice.
Love it, man.
Twisted comedy.
Yeah,
it really
that's a
is.
good-
It's
Twisted, like
very
strangle
dark,
twisted.
twisted,
Yeah.
scary comedy. You could say also. You know
Oh, yeah,
about like
definitely.
how I mean
That is
how warped people in power can be and how dumb they can be because as over the top as it can be and crazy as it can be, you can also kind of like see that too. I mean, not just by like the things that happen
Yeah.
in society and like today, like
The breakdown.
taking like that has to do a lot with like nuclear stuff like that. I mean, that's still in today's society, but like when you look at like our financial situation and all that, you can see like these elements, like you could totally picture that going on
Oh,
behind
yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
That's what I
bureaucracy.
think
It's a
of it.
black comedy. Basically.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
dark-
That's hilarious.
George
That's
C.
so-
Scott is so awesome.
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Sellers, I mean, just
Peter Sellers.
Wow.
I didn't even
I
think
mean,
about that one.
yeah.
That's a great
Great
comedy.
choice.
Yeah.
You have the Blu-ray, right?
yes, it looks real. I mean, for a black and white film for the 50s, it looks great.
We saw that for the
Great
first
pick. Really
time
awesome pick.
together.
Yeah,
I
that's
loved
right.
it too.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
first
picked
time.
it up at Fry's actually.
And we just-
I bought it. Yeah,
Oh,
We just watched it, and man, it's
I like that.
awesome.
Yeah,
I was
great
I was
movie.
blown away. And Kubrick, man, I mean, come on.
There's a
Yeah.
reason why
What
he's
are
a
you-
legend.
Yeah.
That's a great.
I just
Great pick. I didn't
I
even
love
thought
it.
of
You know,
that.
I just actually just rewatched that again last night, and you know,
That's
I don't
a
know.
good
I just
pick,
I
man.
really love it, man. It's moved so far up on my list as far as comedies go.
Peter
I mean,
Sellers, man.
He was
Have
awesome.
you ever
Always
seen
great.
Being There?
No.
where he plays like he's a mentally handicapped guy. It's off subject here, but amazing film. That's
He's
the
a
first thing I ever
great
saw him.
actor.
Oh,
Very good
man.
character actor. You know?
Oh yeah.
And he plays how many roles in that? 2 or 3, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah.
So he plays the president. He
Yeah.
plays the Doctor Strangelove.
Strangelove.
And then I think there's one more. I think maybe I don't know, but yeah,
No,
at
I think
least
it's
Slim Pickens.
yeah,
Slim
yeah,
Pickens.
yeah,
He's a funny guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just so talented.
George C.
Yeah.
Scott's so awesome on that, man. I love that guy.
Which was a cool role for him too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So what's your last pick, comedy?
Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I wanted to bring it up.
I
Seriously,
kind of figured
that
you would
went-
pick that
That
too.
went best comedy ever.
Yeah.
I love that movie, and like I said, I mean, like even if I'm in the mood, you know, not to watch something or something, I pick that out and watch it. And I still laugh.
Makes you
just
feel good, don't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so like Walter's so I like the dynamic between the dude and Walter. Just
Yeah.
like that like comedy pairing is perfect.
That was almost
Yeah,
like
because you wouldn't picture them being like
Friends,
like
great
that, but
friends.
it works so much.
yeah,
You know?
that's what makes it work.
I remember I
the yin
was
and yang.
so pissed when Donnie died.
Oh
man.
yeah. I wasn't expecting
And it
that.
happens out of the blue too.
Yeah.
You know, the fight, the heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it.
It's like, what? Heart attack? I mean, you think he got shot or something, you know?
But then that's the nice dramatic element in it too.
Yeah.
But even then, it still stays lighthearted after, which is
with the scattering of the ashes. God damn it!
Those,
Walter.
those were 3
Yeah.
characters. I think you could include Jesus in there, but like Walter, the dude, and Donnie. I
Oh.
would love to see them like on a
In another
sitcom.
Oh
I
yeah.
just would like to
just
keep
go
watching.
on.
I do too.
You know what I mean? Like,
I want to
just
see
wanna
another
watch
movie or
those.
something.
When the
yeah.
film's over, you want to see
Yeah,
more of
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
you
that-
want,
that's
you want to
exactly
see
what
more
I
of that
think.
universe.
They're
you know?
adventures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, last pick, comedy.
Last one, another one probably no one else gives a shit about, but Buffalo 66 is what
I love that movie.
You seen it?
Yes.
Never seen it. I heard of it. Never seen
We're
it.
spanning time.
Spanning time.
I
No
love
one
that
else
movie.
has ever quoted the movie with me. That's awesome.
That's one of my. I love that
Vincent
movie.
Gallo, who like
Rules.
in Hollywood is like people hate.
He's
him.
blackballed.
I love him.
Yeah.
He is from
From Buffalo.
hometown of
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York, and he's just a quirky guy.
Gosh, that movie's awesome.
And the cool thing is, it kind of hits home with me because like it's hilarious that the whole film revolves around the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Who I'm not a fan of. I'm a Broncos fan, but living in the Buffalo area.
Yeah.
It's all about how Vincent Gallo's character bet basically everything on them to beat the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Scott Norwood misses the kick. This is what the whole movie is about.
Yeah.
And he ends up
How
going...
have I not seen this?
Yeah,
thing?
It's on Netflix.
exactly.
Yeah.
So good.
So he ends up going to
So
prison
good.
because he can't pay his debt with a great scene with Mickey Rourke.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Is the guy telling him that you're, you know...
Yeah,
He
you're
goes,
screwed.
let me give you a piece of advice. Great scene. This is before Mickey Rourke had his rejuvenation
The
Yeah.
as a
wrestler
wrestler.
and-
He goes,
yeah.
never bet on the Buffalo Bills. Like, hilarious. And then Vincent Gallo, who's wearing this undersized Bills satin jacket from like the 80s and the winter cap.
Yeah.
And then he gets sent to prison. So the story is he gets out of prison, goes back home. Angelica Houston plays his mother, who's
Oh.
Yeah.
a crazy Bills fan who watches the Super Bowl over and over again,
Yeah.
thinking that the Bills won. So you have this eccentric family.
Yeah.
And then he meets Christina Ricci, who this was in her hot phase.
Oh my
Before
god.
she lost
She had
like 80
weight.
pounds.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this movie, though, is it's really like quirky and
And
twisted,
funny, yeah.
but it's
Dry.
ultimately a Scrooge story.
Yeah.
Really, it's like
It is
a really
redemption.
cool love story.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
It really is to me like a cool, twisted modern day Scrooge.
I can see that.
I love it.
Totally.
Great fucking.
It's
I think it's
so
a brilliant
underrated.
movie. I think it's a brilliant movie.
Man.
Vincent Gallo wrote it, directed it, and starred it.
It's amazing. It's so good. Like
Yeah,
I just caught it this
awesome.
past
I need to see
year
it.
and absolutely loved it.
Cool. I'm glad that that's you could consider it part drama too, but it's
Yeah, but it's
there's a lot of funny.
It's so hilarious.
It's a black comedy.
Yeah.
It goes kind of with him, Strangelove, kind of weird.
Yeah, we're
but-
quirky.
But it's
Some
got
people would look at that and think, "Why do you think this is a comedy?"
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has that really dry humor.
Dry,
that
very
some
dry.
people are like, oh, "What?"
But it's got a really heartfelt side to it.
Yeah, it has
Need
a
to
great
check that
message.
out.
And Scott Norwood actually plays. He works at a strip club at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
basically, Vincent Gallo wants to find Scott Norwood and kill him for missing that kick and ruining his
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Hilarious movie.
And plus it has King Crimson and Yes on the soundtrack.
Really?
It is
Yeah.
I love this movie, man.
Me too, man.
In
That's
fact,
so awesome.
especially like if you are like into football, the fact that it revolves
It
on
makes
it's hilarious. Like Vincent Gale's character wants to find Scott Norton and kill him.
Yeah, because
for
of
missing
the
that
kick.
kick. But we won't give the end away.
No.
There's an awesome twist. at the
Oh man, it's an awesome
end. Brilliant
twist.
film.
So how about for dramas? We go opposite way. You want to start off with dramas?
Should we like continue on or cut this and start a new video?
Yeah. How about we do that?
Yeah.
This will be the end. This will be part one of this. This will be the comedy part. So yeah, we'll cut this off, and you will
Buy
see
all
us-
those movies if you don't have
Yes.
any of them. Buy
Just
them
buy
all.
them.
Just buy
Every
'em.
one of them
In bulk.
In bulk. Buy them in bulk.
In bulk.
Just fucking buy them in
Yes.
bulk.
Bulk
Later,
buy 'em.
guys.